Hello, everyone, it's my DP14, welcome to a brand new video. So today we're back with something a little bit new. I wanted to come back. I wanted to do something a bit fresh, a bit more me. You guys know I do film and whatnot, and I thought, you know what? We've done the creator rater before. We've done that. That's kind of a thing of the past, maybe. Who knows? But I wanted to try something a bit new, something a bit fresh. I wanted to review some films, but I'll be honest with you, I'm not a fan of just the usual format. So we're gonna do a little quick fire sort of thing. Today I've got 4 films for you. They're all within like 3 or 4 years old, and most of them, it's my first time watching. Just having a look. I want to tell you my honest opinions. I'm not gonna go into too much detail about them. I want to let you know if I enjoyed them rather than anything else. It's kind of my own personal opinion on them. Not only will I rate them on my opinion, however, I'm asking you guys what you thought of them as well. And I've got a little spreadsheet. I'll show you guys at the end. It's got my rating, and then next to that, it's got the audience rating. So what you guys thought of it. We don't care about all this Rotten Tomato stuff. Bin it off. Okay, this is the real deal right here. So I want to start off with the title. Oh boy. I was actually quite excited for, a couple of years for this film, for Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I don't know why. It just had something. I've never seen the old ones. There's a lot for some reason. But obviously Leatherface, he's not as big as your Jasons, your Freddys, but he's big time. He's big time. However, this film was not big time. This was god awful. This was one of the worst films I've ever watched. Did I have half a good time watching this? Yeah, but for all the wrong reasons. It was just funny to look at. It was so okay. It was bad. It was bad. I mean, just look at the picture they used to advertise it. Oh my god! Imagine. That's a screen grab from the film. It's so bad. It's so bad. Basically, the film is a reskin of Friday the 13th. It's about a few influencers, one of which is so obviously the final girl. It's so painful. It from the very start. Her backstory is one flashback that looks back at she was involved in a school shooting. It makes no sense, and you just don't care about the characters. It's just god awful. It's laughable. It's not scary. I know it's more of a slasher than a horror, so it doesn't matter as much. But it's not scary. You never feel like Leatherface is intimidating. You see the actual killer's face in the first 15 minutes. He's just sat there maskless. And it's it's him. It's called the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but it is technically a sequel because someone from the original comes up, and I just wish they didn't. Just such a bad character and a bad story. So not only is the plot stolen from Friday the 13th, this whole extra person coming in and it being a sequel is basically a rip-off from the new Halloween film. It's literally exactly the same from someone from the original just coming back to try and kill. It's so stupid. They just steal the film. I'm sorry, I'll carry on. If you can take anything from it, just don't watch it. Please, for the love of God. Please, just don't watch it. God. And overall, ratings don't really matter that much, but it's no better than a 2. It's a 2. It made me laugh a couple of times at how bad it was. I got through it, at least, which is why it's not like a 1 or a 0, but 2... Just leave it alone. Just let it die out, man. Please. The second one, I watched Wrong Turn. It's a reboot of the original Wrong Turns about the incestuous hillmen killing random campers, which, was quite interesting. But the reboot is completely different. And if I'm honest, at the time I quite enjoyed it. I watched it a little while ago. I quite enjoyed it. But I've since had time to mull over it. And I've realised it's just not a good film. It's just not a great film. However, I did enjoy it a lot more than the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I actually kind of got into the story a bit. But in terms of actual film, would I watch it again? Probably not. I'm not going to watch it again. It had quite an interesting ending, unlike Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which by the way was god awful. Wrong Turn, it had an interesting ending. I quite enjoyed the ending actually, but it kind of lost its way a bit in the middle. It had some very interesting concepts. However, it just didn't deliver hugely. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't think it's going to reboot another series, but if you like horror schlock, it's an alright film. It's an alright film to just whack on with friends. You're probably not going to laugh at it, but you're also not going to hate it. It's alright. 4.5. Next up, we've got a couple of bangers, okay, to finish off because I don't like just talking about bad films. Okay, I want to share some other films I've seen that are, recommendations. One of my best favourite films of all time. Well, one a film I really, really like. I've seen it twice now. I watched it quite a while ago, and I've recently watched it just the other day for the second time. That's Blue Story. Oh my god. It's just so good. It's kind of if you've not seen it, it's basically about a couple of kids in London, and they get kind of drawn into the gang stuff, and it's written and directed by Rapman, who adds a style to it that kind of is unseen in this sort of genre. He actually appears in it, and he just like starts singing out of nowhere, and out of context, it's like quite funny. But like when you're actually watching the film in order, and like it makes sense. It adds a lot to it, and explains what's kind of happening in the story that you can't see, and it helps to develop the story and the characters a lot more. And obviously, it first came out on his YouTube. However, it obviously got adapted and kept the same style, which is actually impressive, and I like the way they've gone with it. Overall, amazing characters, great story. It seems raw and it seems quite real, and I will be watching it again. It's turning into a bit of a comfort film, but obviously I know it is just kind of a small British film. It's not like mind blowing. Nothing in it is like mind blowing or anything, but it's just quite a nice film. It's not a nice film, but it's something that's, it's a good watch. Watch it. You have to watch. If you've not seen it before, watch it. Finally, a film that's taken me 3 years to watch. 3. I literally watched it yesterday. That's 1917. The quote-unquote one-take film following a couple of guys who were sent on a mission to stop some badness happening in World War One. And I liked it. It was really good. It was a great kind of concept. Again, the story, the characters, amazing. And the idea of the one take is actually works really well. Now, it's not technically a one take. There is, I remember at least one like complete cut, and obviously this journey is like half a day to a day's journey, and obviously the film isn't that long.
No shit.
We don't exactly follow his story like in 24. Is that a program that goes hour by hour? It's really interesting the way they have like going through time, how they kind of are able to shrink the distance literally but still make it feel like this long kind of voyage. It's really raw. Apparently it's based on a true story. Again, it's a really fresh film. I liked Dunkirk, which is obviously, World War II. But that sort of war film, and it has this kind of like nice twist to it in the sense that the one take and kind of how close you are to the characters, it really makes you feel like you're actually involved. And it got a decent cast, It's actually had a really decent cast, even though some of like the huge actors only in it for 2 minutes. And that's more than enough. It brings that star factor. It brings kind of, you go, oh, look at that. It doesn't take away from like the performances and whatnot. And it just seems, it's just a clever film, and it just works. So, 7.5. Easy. They're the 4 films for today. And obviously, I'd love to keep this going. This is quite a fun little thing. It gets me watching more films, and it gets us talking about it. But send me your guys' ratings either below, Twitter, Instagram, anywhere. I just want to hear, if you've not watched them all, if you've only watched one, just give me a rating. Tell me what you thought about it. I want to hear other people's opinions, because obviously this is very subjective. This is completely. You could think Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a 10. You're wrong, but you could give me your ratings. And in the future, if you guys have been enjoying this, I'd love to like carry on. I love a spreadsheet. But maybe in the future we could do some themed episodes, have a few more films, focus on specific films a bit more. If you guys have any suggestions of films to watch, I'd love to, because I'm a film student and I don't actually watch as many films as I should. But yeah, this is something fun to do. We could do it as a community, guys. Have fun with that. That would be great. That'd be great. But yeah, a nice easy short videos. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please do like and subscribing. I've been your man DP14. See ya.
You was talking shit on me. Now you looking scared because the flick on me.